Welcome into Everything in the Barrel. I'm your host, Andrew, and today I am going to be answering some of the most frequently asked questions that I get across social media. Let's get into it. So today I am going to be answering the most frequently asked questions that I receive. The first one is probably the easiest. Where did I get the shelves? So the shelves are just IKEA Billy bookcase or Billy bookshelf, whatever it is. They're quick to put together, they're pretty reliable, and I don't have to worry about them really going out of stock. It seems like they've been around forever. So if I ever need to add more shelves, which I've had to do quite a bit, but if I need to add any more, I know I can just run down to IKEA and get them. So if you're looking for new shelving units, I highly recommend them. They're pretty easy and fairly inexpensive, but also good quality for the most part. So if you're looking for new shelving, IKEA Billy bookshelf is a good place to start. All right, the next most frequently asked question that I receive is, how many bottles do I have? The exact answer is I don't have one for you. It's about 375, give or take a few. Yeah, I just really don't want to go through and count them all. I know it's a lot, and while it realistically won't take me that long, I also don't want to know how bad it's become. I've tried using apps like OnlyDrams or something of the sort to keep tabs on what I'm bringing in, but a lot of times I just forget to scan them, they're up on the shelves, and then I don't remember, oh hey, did I scan this? And it's not worth it to me to go back and do it. What I do recommend is taking a photo of your collection or selection every so often, mainly for insurance purposes. Speaking from experience here, we've had water damage downstairs in our basement before. The water line that's going to our fridge and freezer has snapped in the middle of the night, and we woke up to the ceilings collapsing in down here. Now that wasn't why the whiskey collection was down here in this room, and I've taken steps to prevent further incidents in the future, but it's always something in the back of my mind. So having a photo of your collection or your selection can help make sure that you're reimbursed in a lot of ways if anything does happen to it. And now for the biggest question. What the heck is on the shelves behind me here? So let's take a closer look. All right, I'm gonna apologize for the lighting here, but let's kick it off. We have my Scotch shelf. It's mainly Islays. I do love my Ardbeg and my smoky Scotches. Next is the Irish shelf. Keeper's Heart is a Minnesota just staple. Some lower end Buffalo Trace stuff. I got some Buffalo Trace bottles just chilling back there. The Benchmark line. And then this is just kind of a random assortment of stuff. I don't even really know what's back there. A couple Cat's Eyes, Travelers is back there, I believe. But yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna take you across the top shelf here. So fun fact, this Four Roses bottle was a gift from a former boss of mine after I got a promotion, and I will probably never open it. It's one of the most special bottles I have. The Glenfiddich 14 is the other special bottle that I have. It is empty, but that is the very first bottle of whiskey that I received as a gift from my wife, and that's kind of what started this whole thing. The High West 2021 Artwork Edition. Again, I want to keep that as a complete set and probably will never open them. High West is one of my favorite distilleries, and I just want to make sure that I can keep those as a full collection. Now I zoomed in here for you. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Now, before my son was born, me and a group of friends from TikTok went to Kentucky and bottled some of our own bottles. This Larceny included. And that bottle will be saved for my son's 21st birthday. So if you can see here, I have a whole bunch of parafilm wrapped around it, and that should hopefully keep it safe for 21 years. But those are just other special bottles. I got a bottle of Russell's Single Barrel signed by Jimmy Russell, some grenades, Bookers because they don't exactly fit on the shelf, and just some random stuff up there, like cocktail mixing stuff. All right, let's start it off on shelf number one. I'm gonna apologize if the lighting is a lot worse or we're getting glares here. I cranked the lighting just so we could see what bottles I have on the shelf here. So up top, we got a whole bunch of Jack Daniel's Hero Selects. Those are all rumored to come from the Coy Hill warehouse, which is one of Jack Daniel's most famous warehouses, and it is absolutely fantastic. Those Hero Selects are probably some of the best whiskey on the market. Some other Four Roses single barrels and whatnot up there. Bunch of Wellers, Stag Juniors, or Stags now, Blanton's Gold, Buffalo Trace store picks, Eagle Rares and Eagle Rare store pick, a couple E.H. Taylors. I'm gonna squat down here. Penelope's, King's Family Distillery, just some random bottles here, 1792 in the sort, and then just some bottom shelf stuff for me that, quite honestly, I don't even know what's back there. The middle shelf is some of my better whiskey. So William Lou Weller, Pappy 15. I actually got a nice box for it at the Minnesota State Fair. A couple George T. Staggs back there. A Detling pick that one of my groups got to do. A couple Jack Daniel's age-stated products. Some of the Maker's Mark cellar ages and wood finishing series. And then this is just kind of some random stuff. And these are 3 of my favorite bottles between store picks and the JT Mellick are absolutely fantastic. All right, so the Parker's Heritage shelf. Parker's Heritage is very near and dear to my heart. One of my favorite bottles is the Heavy Char Rye. Was one of my first Parker's Heritages, and I fell in love with the line from then. So much so that my son is named Parker. My wife will say it's not after the whiskey, but it's after the whiskey. Next up here, we got some rare characters, some Michter's 10-year. Dragon's Milk is absolutely fantastic. Jack Daniel's 2021 Coy Hill is getting dangerously low. I'm probably gonna have to kill that off here soon, unfortunately. Or fortunately, either way. Squatting down here, whole bunch of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs. I think we got back from 2020 through 2024. I haven't grabbed any of the 2025s yet. More Elijah Craigs here, just toasted barrels, private barrels, ryes, and the sort. And then other Heaven Hill products down here. Up next, more Heaven Hill, surprise, surprise. The 18 and the 19 year, and then a whole bunch of the Old Fitz Decanter series. Next, a whole bunch of High West between Midwinter's Night Dram, Prisoner Share, got a couple of Yippee-Ki-Yays back there, Boo Ryes, and then the old store picks that they used to do that I am very pissed off that they don't do those anymore. Next up, we have Dark Arts and Bardstown. I'm gonna get a better angle here, sorry guys. This is probably not gonna be the best video, but you have asked for this. Wild Turkey and Russell's line, and then just some other random assortment stuff down here. That Caribou Crossing is absolutely disgusting. All right, and then we have some Smoke Wagons, some Redwood Empire, some New Riff. Those are all very good bottles. Some glassware and samples that folks send me over the years. More High West, but this is kind of more of their core lineup. High West Campfire is one of my favorite bottles. It just is. Up next, we got some Knob Creeks. Knob Creek not being my favorite, but some of these are actually halfway decent. A whole bunch of Old Fitz here. Or not a whole bunch, but still just enough. And then we got some RD1 Amberana, Barrel Amberana, another barrel store pick, some early times, and just some random stuff down there. And then there's my garbage, sorry about that. But there is a WLW bottle down there that we just killed off. And then this is just kind of the dump table for random assortment of stuff. A lot of scotch that Nate's brought over. And it's mainly just kind of stuff that he brings over and just kind of leaves here and slowly gets worked onto my shelves somehow. All right, I apologize for all that shoddy camera work, the lighting, everything like that. Hopefully you stuck around here till the end. But those are some of the most frequently asked questions that I get. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll make sure I answer them for everybody here. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.